So, you've been kidnapped, yet again. How did you get into this predicament? I guess we'll never know. But, for some reason, your captor will let you go if you can answer the following question correctly. Which weighs more, a ton of bricks or a ton of feathers? If you get it wrong now, you do forfeit your life, so be very careful about your next few words. So, before you can answer, what do you need to consider? Well, firstly, what sort of ton is being compared? There are 3 different types of tons: Imperial, metric, and US. US ton, spelled U-S-T-O-N, weighs 907 and a tad kilos. Metric ton, spelled T-O-N-N-E, weighs 1,000 kilos. And Imperial ton, commonly known as tonne, T-O-N, weighs 1,016 and a little tad kilos. So, make sure you get your captor to either write down the spelling of the word tonne, because they're different, or verbally communicate to you which tonne are being compared. Hopefully, they are the same tons, because then we can move on to the next part. Where are they being weighed? Is one in outer space? Is one on planet Earth? You just don't know. You've got to establish this, because whoever's kidnapped you is obviously well versed in trickery and bamboozlery, so they may have tried to trick you again. If you weigh something in space, it weighs nothing, but the mass is still the same compared to something on Earth. So make sure you know where they're being weighed. So let's say that they're the same ton and being weighed in the same location. There's one more thing to consider. How did you get the feathers? You probably had to kill quite a lot of birds. If you did not kill the birds, then you tortured them by ripping out their feathers, which is also not very nice. So, you've also got to carry the weight of what you did to those poor birds. And how did you get the bricks? Some bricks are made by child slaves. So you've got to carry the weight of the knowledge that those bricks could have been made by child slaves. Because it's only could, I would presume that it is not made by child slaves, and therefore a ton of feathers weighs more if the ton is the same and they're being weighed in the same place, because you've also got to consider the weight of what you did to the birds. Will your captor like that answer? I don't know. If he or she or it doesn't, then you're going to end up dead.